The before picture you've seen, it's the original 240-pound plus picture. The after picture we're taking today. So you can see, you can kind of see how far I've come so far with my $80 machine and a set of dumbbells. What's up, y'all? My name's Rich. This is my garage, and you're watching Garage Gym Grandpa. So I've got my piping hot caffeinated beverage. I'm wearing an appropriate t-shirt. Today we're going to do a tour of the garage, so I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? So, as you could probably tell from the intro, the garage has expanded just a little bit. Just in case you haven't seen the first video, we'll throw up a before and after picture. But the main part of that is this bad boy right here, this Smith machine, power rack, functional trainer. I wasn't going to get this. I was going to go ahead and stick with my 30-year-old Bowflex knockoff for a bit longer, but this was on a Black Friday deal that I just couldn't pass up. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger, and here we are. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to take you around. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I've added to the garage. Like I said, obviously we've expanded the space a bit. And so we'll look at the things that I've added, some of the things that I've done in here. And then we'll also focus on that 30-year-old Bowflex knockoff that I talked about, because that is really what got me to this point. This is going to be what gets me to the point of the bodybuilding competition. But I wanted to show you that because I wanted you to be able to see, what that's done for me thus far, and show you that you too, can get some serious results from a garage sale find. This is obviously the star of the show, my latest addition, this Smith machine with the functional trainer. Came with the bench. So you've got the cable machines, obviously the Smith machine. Came with the adjustable bench. You've got dip bars. You've got the safety arms. The disinfectant didn't come with it, but even if you're at your home gym, clean your stuff. Also came with some attachments, and the pulley system is a 1-to-1 pulley system. So if you put 50 pounds on it, it feels like 50 pounds, whereas a lot of them are 2-to-1. So if you put 50 pounds on it, it feels like 25 pounds. It also has aluminum pulleys, which are really nice and smooth. Got the landmine attachment. You've got the plate for rows. One of the biggest things that about this, and one of the biggest reasons I got it, is that it's got a leg press attachment on a Smith machine. Let me show you that. So if we grab this attachment and put it on the bar, which I did off camera because I am not coordinated enough to do it one-handed, this basically turns the Smith bar into a vertical press, a vertical leg press. And you've got this to rack it and unrack it. You can obviously do it with the Smith machine hooks too, but that makes it a little bit easier and more like a traditional leg press. So you can get down here on the floor and try not to expose yourself too much to the camera. We can unrack it. And then we can do leg press on a Smith machine. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, as you can probably see. But the biggest thing, I think, is just to make sure that you keep your lower back flat so that you're not pushing a whole bunch of weight with a rounded back. It also does have a barbell holder, and I did get a standard barbell, so I can also do some free weight stuff along with all of the machiny stuff. So then across from the Smith machine, we've got, well, there's the TV, but here's where the magic happens. And by magic, of course, I mean recovery after your workouts. But this is an inflatable spa that I got from Walmart. Again, it was a Black Friday deal that I just couldn't pass up. At the end of the video, I'm going to put up some prices on everything that's in here so that you can see how you can build a gym on a budget and still have some pretty cool stuff. It's really nice to go straight from the workout into the spa. It really helps with muscle recovery for me. Also helps a lot with muscle soreness the next day. And it's really nice to have it right here, just a couple of steps away from the machine. So over there, we've got the fridge, which is stocked full of whatever energy drinks or protein shakes anybody wants to sponsor me for. It'll totally be stocked full of those. Over there in the cardio section, we've got the treadmill, which is great for not having to run outside like a caveman. I've also got the elliptical, which I got because I hurt my Achilles and wanted to take some load off of that. And it's a little bit better on the joints, but honestly, I prefer the treadmill, even though my whole life I've always hated running. And then over here, we've got the aforementioned 30-year-old Bowflex knockoff. I shouldn't say knockoff. It is a Weider Max. I say that because they kind of copied the style, and they originally called it the Crossbow, and so Bowflex sued them and they had to change the name. I actually think it's a better machine than the Bowflex, and we're gonna take a closer look at that in a little bit because it's probably going to be going away soon. You can see up on the windows on the garage door, we put some film up there. It's hopefully will better insulate the garage, and also so that people driving by don't see the magic happening. I mean, I don't know why they would want to be watching me recover from workouts in the spa, but better safe than sorry. We also got the gym flooring tile deals put down kind of haphazardly. And as you'll notice, when you're balling on a budget, sometimes the cheap stuff, different packages of it are a little bit different colors, but it does the job. And so that brings us to this bad boy. I got this several years ago at a yard sale for, I think, 80 bucks. And so I wanted to show it to you and show you, how far this thing has brought me. And, that's because that's kind of the point of my channel, is that, you can go out to a yard sale, spend 80 bucks and, start exercising and start getting some results. I really like this machine. I've liked it since I've been using it. It's really easy. I can go from leg extensions. I can turn over and do laying leg curls. I can quickly detach these cables for the leg attachment. I can pull the bench up if I'm coordinated enough, and I can quickly go to incline press. One of the nice things about this machine with the cables is in the same position, I can do the same movement as a decline press without, or a decline press without actually declining. I can turn around. I can quickly attach these cables down here, I can then take the bench and move it back. Again, if my coordination allows, I can grab this bar and attach it up here. Again, coordination problems. And then I can sit down and I can go right into lat pull downs. I can do them real wide. I can narrow the grip. I can take the bar off, take these handles, attach those up there, and I can do high chest flies. I can leave them down here. I can do low chest flies. I can put the bench back up, do seated curls. I've got a belt down here that you can attach to the pulleys down here. I can take off this part of the bench. I can unlock this. I can wrap this belt around me and I can do leg press. I can also do calf raises that way. I've got an attachment that I can put back here, take off the leg extension and do preacher curls. So you can do a lot of the exercises. It says over 65 exercises, and honestly, you probably can. You can do a lot with it. It does have a lot of limitations, obviously, like the leg press. There's just not enough, even with all of the rods attached, there's just not enough resistance. It's kind of pointless to do a leg press. The calf raises on here are really good as long as I take a couple of big resistance bands and wrap them behind myself, then I can get something out of the calf raises. But so it's got limitations, but it's gotten me this far. And so what I want to show you is, well, how far did this $80 machine get you? I said in the last video that we're going to do a physique check before I actually start the bodybuilding prep. So I'm going to throw up before and after pictures. The before picture you've seen, it's the original 240-pound plus picture. The after picture we're taking today. So you can see, you can kind of see how far I've come so far with my $80 machine and a set of dumbbells. Yes, I am flexing in the after picture. That was the point. I'm not in the before picture because I didn't know I was going to be doing a YouTube channel or bodybuilding. But you can see in the before picture, there's no muscle definition, so there wasn't anything to flex anyway. But that's the point here, is that, you can go out to a yard sale, grab something, and, start getting yourself in shape. Start, doing something that is going to make you feel better and, get you more healthy. You don't have to start bodybuilding, but you can get in shape and, make sure that you're going to be around for a lot longer. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 25 or if you're 65 or 75. You can do it. And that's what I hope that you get out of this channel and these videos, along with following me along to a bodybuilding competition and see if I make a fool out of myself on stage or not. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like, hit that subscribe button down there if you haven't already, so you don't miss any future videos. And drop me a comment. I am going to be keeping this for a little bit. You can see the cables are a little worse for the wear, and I'll probably do a short video because I'm going to replace these cables just to show you how to replace cables on a cable machine. So I'm going to do that before this goes away, but I'm going to be keeping it for a bit for the leg extensions and the leg curls. I like the lying leg curls better than the seated. So if you've got any recommendations on like a leg curl machine or something for leg curls, drop those in the comments below, or just say hey. So hopefully you get something out of this, and we'll see you next time.